not a lick of maturity at all, until something happened. And that something happened was when God took my daddy. When my daddy died, that turned my whole life around. Turned my whole life around. Because guess what? I no longer had a dependent. I no longer had a dependent, a person I could depend upon. So I had to go to God. I didn't have nobody else to go to because nobody else understood the way I worked except my daddy. I couldn't go to Mama because my relationship with Mama wasn't all that. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, when you come back to the truth is God. The truth is the Word of God. Whenever you come back to that Word and you see how it is working in your life or how it isn't working in your life, then you got to do something about it. Because there's some people who just don't know how to apply the Word of God. They'll read it, but it never pierces anything. It never teaches them anything because they're not holding on to it. They're eating just enough to make them feel good enough to go back out into the world for a couple more days and then come the weekend, get back feeling bad again. See what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of this going on now. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions at all? Because this is actually, I wish I would have had someone really talking back with me tonight, because that's one thing I want us women to realize, that even this outlet right here is not just for me to come on here and talk, but it's for women to get on here and you know, whatever issues you may be dealing with, you know, y'all can fool anybody you want to fool, but you can't fool somebody who's already been through the fooling process. I've been through the process where I tried to act like everything was okay and that I was like in perfect mint condition. But guess what? God will break that down to be prideful. Be prideful and watch what happens. He'll allow something to test your faith, to test you and try you by the Spirit. So you know, I've been there to the point where I thought I had to act like I was in perfect condition or didn't want nobody to know what was going on with me. But I found one thing. When you deny your problem, it's like denying the Lord. Because every time I denied a problem, they kept multiplying, and it was like I was wavering, and that's what it was. It was wavering in the faith. 1 minute I wanted God to work it out. The next minute I said I didn't need him. And then I found out that you need God for all things, and you need the truth above everything that you've done. God is above all, but you need to learn how to speak the truth to yourself so that you can come up out of these dry valleys, get up out of these dry bones, You got to come away from that. Come away from all that. And this popularity thing that people got going on, let me tell you something. If you look at every cheerleader that you went to school with right now, right when they made you feel bad and they influenced the way people dressed and they influenced the way people talk, but look at them now. Look at them now. And I'm not putting anybody down, but I'm just saying there's some cheerleaders that was out there that's now looking like, whew. To God be the glory. I'm just saying that's how easily you can be influenced. So you want to be real. You want to be real in all that you do. In all that you do, you want to be real. Most of the times we are a product of our environment. That's what they tell us. But, you know, and we are until we know better. We are that product of the environment until we know better. We learn things as we get older and older and older. And the older we get, we start maturing, and then we be like, God, I can't believe I used to do that back then. I can't believe I let them talk to me like that. You know, some of us are soft-hearted. I was soft-hearted at one time, just let people talk to you any kind of way, but you got to realize that you got to speak what is true to folks. If folks ain't treating you right, if they ain't treating you right, you tell them. You tell them and leave them alone if you got to, if they're not treating you right. Because what they are doing to you is influencing your behavior. It's causing you to conform to the world. Conformity. That's what we have a lot of. We have a whole lot of people conforming. There are some, I'm going to tell you the honest truth, there are some churches that I just will absolutely not pay no attention to. Because I see so many people conform to doing the same thing, saying the same words, until I'm like, you know what? I don't know if God gave that or not, but some things I will not receive often, even pastors, because I done been through that process before. I've been through that process where they are so conformed that they speak the same thing. And it's not the words that they're speaking, but it's just the fact that you know better. You feel in your heart that you got a discernment for certain people and things that you don't need to be around. Certain people and things that you don't need to be around. So where are you at today in your life? Who's influencing you? Is the influence good or bad? Because I said not all influences are bad. There are some good influences out here. There are some good people out here that you need in your life. Listen now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that you need in your life in this season because they're going to help you along the way. They're going to walk you into the areas that you need to get into this season. The key is discernment. Hi, y'all over there in the Philippines. WDJJ 102.3 FM. Justin. Okay, y'all. So there are some people that God is going to send to you in this season to help you. He always provides. The thing is, you got to learn how to discern because not everybody is sent by God. Some people is just sent in to distract you. Those of you who have vision boards and stuff, are y'all still doing your vision boards? Are you still writing out your goals and stuff? Don't settle for less. Don't be influenced to stop doing what you love because somebody else said, oh, I got out of that. I don't even do that no more. I hear so many people say that, y'all, if I had $100 for each time I heard somebody come on a consultation with me and they say, oh, I got out of that. I used to do that. You know how we get habits. Listen, y'all, we're influenced by what other folks do anyway. And there's some people who will, like, say if you're a person who knits, and the next thing you know, somebody else comes along and starts knitting, and, you know, they're influenced by the knitting, so they want to knit, but then they find out it's not what they thought it was. You see what I'm saying? Influence can have you doing things that you really don't want to do. But because that power is so strong, that persuasion is so strong, if you like a person, you're going to go along with what they say because you like them. And sometimes it's that fear there that you have. You have that fear of saying no because you don't want to hurt your friendship. You don't want to lose nobody. Don't hurt nobody. You don't want to lose nobody. So you rather just like them and conform to what they're doing in order to hold on to them. 2018, squash it. You don't got to do it. It's a billion people out here in the world. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, hey. The word I want to say, if they don't like you, don't worry about it. It's plenty of people out here who do. Okay? And, you know, social proof. You don't have to like everything on Facebook because somebody shares it. You don't have to agree with everything. Listen, if you go to a restaurant and they're telling you that this is our menu, it comes recommended, this is what we have on special today, and it comes highly recommended, you don't have to choose that just because they're telling you that it's recommended. There are other items that you can choose from. What I'm trying to tell you is Your choices are based on the things that you are influenced by. You make good and bad choices based on your influences. If it's not what you like, don't agree to it. You know, it was people came to me, had jobs for me to do. I just nicely told them, no, I'm currently doing other things right now. I can't do that. And I had to turn them down. But I didn't turn them down because I didn't like them. I turned them down because I'm doing things that I need to do now. I turned them down because I've learned how to say no to things instead of being influenced just by the person. You see what I'm saying? People can influence you and get you caught up in positions that you don't need to be in. Y'all hear that? That's my restaurant cup. All right, y'all. So for your homework assignment, it is 10:26 here on 102.3 Filipinas over in the Philippines. Your homework assignment, I want you to really just write out some of the things and people that you know that you are influenced by. Write it out, y'all. Write the names out. Write out what influence they have over you. And then I want you to make another category line. You can write these in categories, you know, draw your little chart, make it cute. And then you write, is it a good influence or do they have bad influence? Good influence, bad influence. Look, there's no in between. It's either hot or cold. So there's no in between. It's either good or bad. Write that out. If it's your mother, write down mother. Good influence, bad influence. If it's your friends, write down their name. Who are you around the most? How do they make you feel? Those are some of the things I want you to take in consideration. How do they make you feel? Do they make you worried? Do they make you feel guilty? Do they make you feel alive, good? You know, write it down. Do they make you feel like you can achieve anything? Do they push you to go for it, no matter what? Is it a good push? You know, so write that down. Write down the people who influence you. And I'm talking about the people in your life. They could be near to you or maybe somebody you met on social media. There are a lot of people who influence me on social media, and one of them who influences me really good is who I'm really into right now is R.C. Blake's. Y'all, if y'all can, go check out his YouTube videos, especially the women who are, you know, going through some things with being single, or just recognizing who you are as a queen, as God's queens that we are, the queens and daughters that we are. You know, he specializes in the queenology courses. So y'all be sure, and I tell you, he teaches for like 30 minutes to an hour sometime, and his teaching is just refreshing. It's very refreshing. So y'all write that down. Write those people down who influence you the most. Right, if it's a good influence or a bad influence. And y'all, we're finna get up out of here because it is time for me to go. I enjoyed those of you who have stopped by to listen to Kiva Advancement conference call class podcast right here on iHeartRadio, and also Filipinas 102.3 FM. What we're going to be doing next, excuse me, what we're going to be doing next Wednesday is we're going to go back to some self things, a lot of self things, because, you know, that's what this is all about, empowering women. So we're going to go back to some self things, and hopefully, you know, I won't know exactly what it is because I usually pray on the assignments, and they usually line up with whatever's going on in the world today. They line right up with it. So I pray on it, and then I'll let y'all know. Be sure to go over to the Kiva Advancement Conference Call Facebook fan page. I do put up videos here and there. The audio video on Facebook Live, you can go, be sure to like that page and share it. And that's about it, y'all. And I love y'all, and y'all have a blessed weekend.